7 dwarfs lived in the forest of the Simpsons world. Their daily job was to mine for diamonds in the mines. As modern dwarfs, they could even operate the mining equipment using a control panel. At this moment, the evil queen was looking into her mirror. The queen immediately ordered her subordinate to retrieve Snow White's heart right away. At this time, Snow White was cooking. Being kind and loving, her house was filled with many animals. Willy had already climbed in through the window. Just as he was about to succeed,
I cannot do it!
He told Snow White to go find the dwarfs in the forest. They would help her. In order to complete his mission, Willy decided to slaughter the pig and take it back as proof. Snow White walked into the forest. The first house was a candy house. The second was grandmother's house. Obviously, grandmother had already been killed by the big bad wolf.
Ah, here we are.
Having walked for so long, she was very tired. She threw the beer bottles off the bed and lay down directly, but this bed was a bit hard. She moved to the second bed, but this bed was too soft. She continued to switch to the third bed. This bed was still a bit hard. On a forest evening, the 7 dwarfs were walking home singing songs. They picked some mushrooms along the way for a late-night snack, but they froze as soon as they entered the house. Snow White was fast asleep. They gathered around the bed in hushed voices, observing carefully. The next day, as the dwarfs were leaving, the doctor reminded Snow White that she seemed to have some kind of curse on her. She must be careful recently. Under Snow White's care, the dwarfs' house became an animal paradise again. Squirrels swept the floor, birds folded clothes, even bears could wash dishes. At this moment, a witch walked in and promoted her apples to Snow White. After eating the poisoned apple, Snow White collapsed. The 7 dwarfs arrived just in time. Seeing the situation was bad, the witch jumped out the window to escape, but outside the window, animals had already surrounded the area. Snow White fell into a deep sleep from then on, waiting for the prince to awaken her. But the prince never appeared. In another dimension of the Simpsons' home, Lisa was still a beautiful princess. The king gave her 50 ponies, her favorite, to make his daughter happy. Although she could have whatever she wanted, Lisa was still unhappy. To solve her troubles, she went to see the professor. The professor said the stars could teach her, and handed the astronomical telescope to Lisa. Lisa used the telescope to look at the starry sky. She suddenly noticed some poor children playing happily there. Lisa believed that wealth had clouded her mind, causing her to overlook what was truly important. She immediately opened her treasury. Although there were many treasures here, and she could even row a boat in gold, and there were even diamond bathtubs and imported soap, none of these could make her as happy as those children. So Lisa decided to shed her luxurious attire and no longer be a princess. She disguised herself as a poor child and set off on a journey. She came to an ancient tree that was 1,000 years old. Sitting here, she began to contemplate life. As time passed, Lisa seemed to truly understand many things. This made her soul more transparent, and the pony she brought had multiplied into a herd of horses. Until one day, Lisa eliminated all worldly troubles. A beam of light suddenly shot from the sky, hitting Lisa directly on her forehead. She thus opened her third eye. After that, countless years passed. Marge's mother developed ALS. All doctors were helpless, but on their way home, they saw a heating pendant. It could resist ALS but cost $100. Even if they sold everything in their house, they couldn't gather enough money. Homer believed that since his mother was already so old, it wasn't worth bankrupting the family to buy this pendant. After hearing this, Marge immediately kicked Homer out of the house. Seeing Homer so distressed, Lisa began casting magic on stones. As flashes of purple light appeared, the stone transformed into gold under the powerful magic. But this matter couldn't be known to anyone. It turned out the king was summoning wizards from all over the world to help him achieve his dream of longevity. Homer said he would absolutely not let his daughter fall into danger. After Marge's mother put on the pendant, she indeed showed improvement. However, good times are always short-lived. A group of wizards broke into the Simpsons' house. They detected traces of Lisa using magic and trapped her with a magic shield, preparing to take her away. Homer tried to rescue Lisa but was cursed by the wizards. He was trapped by a cage formed by his own toenail. To save his sister, Bart picked up a tree branch and pretended to cast magic. However, it was of no use. The Simpson family could only watch helplessly as Lisa was taken away.